Awesome. So, welcome to Highwire Improv All Community Meeting. For for those who are watching the video or for who haven't seen this before, this is just our monthly check-in, kind of an update about everything going on in the Highwire community. We didn't have one of these in June because people were out of town, so we'll cover a little bit more than usual today. And have some pretty exciting updates, which is great. Some good stuff to talk about. As always, we'll go through. Um, just overall core values, some updates from our different committees that we have, some updates on our financials and our overall like marketing growth numbers, and then open it up for any Q&A if people have questions. And if you have a question as we're going through, don't be shy. Feel free to ask it directly, but we'll also have time for questions or anything that we didn't cover at the end. Um, uh, I'm Barry Wright. I'm on the board here at Highwire, and I do a lot of these. So, just a reminder, kind of our core values that inform the work that we do, and our mission to bring improv to Baltimore and to the world beyond Baltimore online. Transparency, safety, community, and action. Really focus on trying to provide clear information about what this nonprofit organization is doing, prioritize the safety of the individuals in the community, work towards everybody kind of having a good experience, and then, not waiting for things to just happen, just taking action when we see opportunities to make things better or change things. And so hopefully that flows through in what you see throughout these presentations and in the work we do day to day. Um, the As we've been doing like every month, the COVID update, you know, remains kind of the same process we've had since March. There's a link on our website about kind of all the different statistics we keep track of related to case rates and vaccination status in Baltimore as well as beyond. The process kind of remains the same. We're keeping in step with all the different venues we have shows in and following their guidelines. One of the shows, we have at Joe Squared, for example, is requiring proof of vaccination. Another show at the Lou Room is not. So we try to keep that information just available. We put in all of our events so that people know what they're walking into, and they can make an informed decision about what events to go to or not go to. And we're basically going to continue with that process. Obviously, as we have before, if conditions change to the point where we feel we need to cancel events or make any changes, we will do so. We did that last year, and we're keeping an eye on things. Um, the state is as of July 2nd. We do this kind of monthly update, and so this is where we were then in this kind of medium level of community transmission, but also keeping track of the overall case metrics. Uh, Updates on a couple big things. So the new thing here is on the operations side, we've made an update to how people can report either issues according to kind of our code of conduct procedure. Let's Patrick in. Um, make sure you get in. 1 second. The audio. All right. Yeah, so we previously had a reporting procedure where anybody who had any concerns or wanted to raise any issues, whether they're related to code of conduct or any other kind of problem that they experienced in a Highwire event, there was a form on the website that you could go to, went to an email box, and then we have a procedure outlined there that talks about how we manage any reports of incidents. Um, we have supplemented that now with a product called Suggestion Ox, which we got um, turned on to by Stephen Davidson, who runs Promiscuous in the UK. And he said it was a really effective tool. One of the great things is it's like an automatic anonymous communication system. So people who report issues can give Suggestion Ox their contact information, but not pass it along to Highwire. So there can be two-way communication even without sharing any details with who you are to Highwire, which we felt was like a nice addition to our suite of tools. We've seen a couple other folks use it, and Suggestion Ox actually offers this service free to arts organizations. So really great fit there. Um, we'll be posting about that on the blog later today, as well as in an upcoming email uh, blast, so that people know that that's an option for them. We'll also put it on the website up somewhere. Um, and we've also added some, small procedure changes to like hiring policy, especially as we start to do any events that might involve kids. We want to make sure all of our ducks are in a row with that, and all that's updated and reflected in the code of conduct. Um, and let's see. Uh, 1 second. And then with respect to programming spaces, um, the hold on 1 second, just filling some in. Um, the jam shops, jams, and rehearsal space that we have at Roland Park Community Center um, are continuing throughout July. They are going to take a break in August, partly because that space gets really warm, and we want to make sure we have a good environment there. But also, um, and then we're going to return in September, and we'll have that space throughout the rest of the year. Wednesdays, 7 to 9. We'll update that as well. Uh, and then in-person shows will continue through season 7. We've got 2 more, July 16th and July 21st. And season 8 will be back with more in-person shows and possibly some new venues. We're building a schedule now. We're definitely going to be going back to the Lou Room, to Mind Pub, to Waverly, and I think we'll be returning to Old Line Spirits, which is really exciting. Possibly a couple more, depending on how things shake out. And they've been great. We had some great kind of sellout crowds at some of these spaces and some really, really great events. Um, we've also been able to work with the Fan Festival. We didn't have the June update before the Fan Fest actually happened, but that went so well. June 17th and 18th, we had folks all over the East Coast come and perform in Baltimore, and we were able to facilitate over 2,000 in donations towards that event, which went really, really well. They'll be bringing it back next year, so that's been super exciting. Um, and we also were at Pride 2022, which is our first time at Pride, our first banner, which is exciting. And we also had some in-person jams and an online Pride show, so that was great for June as well. And then let's see, financial info. The 1 second. Uh, okay. In the May financial details, we had most of our income coming through donations for the Fan Fest. We also had ticket sales from the events and relatively low expensive, so net income pretty positive for May. Uh, in June, quite the opposite. We had a lot of those donations obviously go out for Fan Fest, and also paid out a bunch of instructor payments and venue fees. So net income down very much for that month. We're expecting this kind of lumpiness, for lack of a better term, to continue. Um, and we are really excited about kind of continuing to have more classes, more applied improv things. So expect to see this be a little bit more up and down month to month. We might actually start reporting this quarterly as well, so people can see more broadly what's happening. Um, and then finally, the numbers kind of growing up and to the left. Really excited to see more people find us online, and that's basically it. So I'll pause. I'll stop the screen share and open it up to any Q&A. Patrick, I've seen you um, sign up for a couple of our open jams. If you have any open questions about the program and what we do here, happy to answer those now, but also happy to take any questions about the material from today. And if you want, I can also provide you some info via email, Patrick. Cool, cool. I'm gonna pause the recording.